Really trying to build something for you guys. Hope you want to be a part of it. A simple like, share, subscribe, comment. It goes so far for the channel. So with that said, I hope you can like, hope you can subscribe. And if not, well, I hope to catch you in another one. And remember, it's vibe, a tech vibe, specifically.
Specifically a tech vibe, man.
Oh. This is Tech Vibe, and you are tuned in to the COD Show podcast.
Kill him. That's it. That was great. That was great.
Welcome to the COD Show. COD Show, COD Show, yeah. Welcome to the COD Show, player.
Yes. Hey, welcome back to the COD Show podcast. I'm your guy, Onasis, aka Onasis Killing, the host of the COD Show podcast. We have a special guest here. Okay, Tek Vibes is in the building. What's going on, Tek Vibes? Hold up, I'm gonna give you a proper introduction. I know you was about to go into it. I'm gonna try to give you a proper introduction. All right. So if you're into tech, all right, hence the name Tek Vibes. If you're into PC building, tech news, hardware news, GPU update news, GPU, all right, tips and tricks, just tech. Anything tech-wise, you want to go check out his channel, and we've been blessed today to have a guru in the building. You know what I'm saying? So I've been looking for a guy like Tek Vibes. He's bringing the Tek Vibes today. Tek Vibes, welcome to the COD Show podcast, man. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Too blessed to be stressed. All right.
Hey, feel it,
man. Tell us about your channel. You know, I try to give the rundown as best I could, but tell us a little bit about your channel, man.
You know, to really tell you about my channel, I kind of feel like I got to give you a little bit of a story to kind of put you in the mind state so you understand where I'm at. So you know, I'm gonna have to go back to where I was about 3 to 4 years old. You know, I was a young one, okay, and my dad, he bought the regular Nintendo, and from 3 to 4 years old, man, I was playing Super Mario. I was in there, you know, didn't. I was in there, 3, 4. Soon, that Nintendo became mine, and it wasn't too long that I was out in front of Walmart, 8 years old, hustling, selling candy bars to buy the new Nintendo 64, man. And, you know, fast forward all the way to high school, you know, Xbox 360's out. I'm playing Halo 2 online with my buddies.
For sure.
And, you know, that's when dynamic IPs, they weren't as intelligent. So trying to communicate with your modem and stuff wasn't as smooth as it is now. Mm-hmm. So I was the guy that people used to call to come help them set up their internet so they could get online. And that right there is where I really got into finding out that I loved helping people with tech. And that's what the channel is about, man. Trying to help out people with their tech, whether they own it or they're interested in purchasing it. And that's what I try to do on my channel, man. I try to help out people with technology.
You definitely gave me some game, you know. We'll get into the story about you know, where you suggested that I go to get the parts, or where I first saw you camped outside of a certain store. But we'll get into that story later. But you are right. You are correct. You do give up the game about the game on your channel. And I didn't think you. Hold up, man. Are you an 80s baby? You got to be an 80s baby.
88.
88. And you played you went back in the day to play the Nintendo. When did the Nintendo come out? Was that was that 91? Or was that like
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's right around there.
Feels like
I'm not exactly sure.
Feels like New Jack City and the Nintendo went hand in hand.
Yeah.
I'm exactly like you. I was my uncle's probably like 2 years older than me, and we had someone gave us an Atari, you know. Mm-hmm. So we had Atari in the house, and then we graduated, of course, to the Nintendo, man. And and I've been hooked ever since. And that was definitely in the 80s, definitely. So you give tech advice, you try to help the people. What got you into YouTube? What inspired you to just say, hey man, I'm gonna take my skills to the big screen?
So it kind of started whenever this whole COVID thing started going down. I've been in school for a long time. I've got 3 different degrees. I've never really liked working for anybody. So I've always kind of done my own thing. And I was in the real estate before this all started doing bad. And you didn't want to be in real estate when it first started. Right. And it started doing bad for my company and I just needed to do something else. And I have always been wanting to help people. And I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop messing around. I'm going to do what it is I really want to do. And I'm going to start this YouTube and I'm going to make it work.
Okay.
So I got time. I'm in the house. I got to do something. And this is what I'm going to do. So that's just that was the spark that lit the fire, really. So COVID, thanks to COVID, COVID did it. That's why we're here.
Okay. Man, COVID birthed a lot of YouTube careers, man. The numbers definitely boomed over the COVID cycle, which was probably around maybe March 2020 up until today, man. Multiple channels have prospered over this past year, man.
Yeah.
And so you just went to tech. You didn't say like, hey man, I'm gonna upload me playing Minecraft or something like that. You just
I mean, I've done some streaming, some light streaming. My wife, she was actually doing a lot of streaming on her mixer back when it used to be there. She got pretty big. And then she had gotten pregnant and she stopped doing it, then tried to go to Switch. So I've always kind of been in the streaming scene, kind of more so in the background, but I wasn't ever really doing it. And, it was just kind of one of them things, man. I was already doing something kind of like it in the background. I just decided to come out the background. So,
right. And how was it? Like, just putting those videos out, man. And
So the whole video editing and videography, I mean, you're doing it. Yeah. And trying to learn all of that because I didn't know how to work Adobe Photoshop or how to work Premiere Pro. I didn't know how to do that stuff. I mean, I could hook everything together, but I didn't know how to work all these other programs and masking and layers. I had to figure all this out. And it was a very, very steep learning curve. So that was difficult and it was a lot of long nights. But, I got past that first. It was probably 2 solid weeks of staying up all night working on this to try to figure this out. And, once I got it, I got a little groove and, then it was me scouring YouTube, looking up different creators, trying to see who I could kind of take some inspiration from and trying to mix it with my own sort of style. And, it was learning is a ever evolving learning process. So for sure.
Who do you watch? Who does Vibe Tek's watch?
I like to watch Jay's 2 cents. He makes me laugh with his little goofy.
Yeah, cuts. It's like serious goofy, right? Like yeah.
I like him. Bitwit, I like him. He's always been funny. I like to watch Linus sometimes. I would say not so because I like him, but more so because he's always got the best stuff.
Yeah, man.
So, it is what it is. Nothing against him if he ever sees this, I'd gladly come on your show, just saying that. But, I would much rather watch his other guys that he has on there. I don't know if you're familiar with him. His other show that he does, his tech news show. He has this one dude that's pretty dang funny. And I like to watch him because he's always just saying some random stuff and makes me laugh. So funny and tech. I like it. I like the combination of it. So
you know who I like that? I think his name is PC Centric or something like that. He's like a
I watch him too. Yeah, I like him too.
He is funny as hell, man. It's like
he's
like watching Austin Powers build a computer. I'm sorry, man. That probably was racist as hell. But that's what it feels like. I'm watching Austin Powers build a PC, man. And these guys always have, even in the drought, they have the best of the best, or it just seems like they have the best. But what I think is happening is they're disassembling and rebuilding in different, taking components out of cases, reboxing them, and then representing it. I think that's what's happening.
Oi-centric. You'd be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, great impression. Speaking of the drought or shortage, man, how has the component shortage affected you, and when did you catch wind that it was a actual PC component shortage?
So when did I catch wind that it was going on? So I already was doing the YouTube thing, and so whenever the new graphics cards were coming out, 30 series, I was already in few months into doing YouTube. So I was already paying attention to everything. So it was right around when these 3080s came out in the AMD's GPUs, when you just couldn't get a hold of them.
Yeah.
That's when people started clicking, like, what the heck's going on? Why can't I get this? And why isn't it showing up in the stores? And then it's just wildfire from there. Everybody wanted these GPUs and you couldn't get them. And,
So I think when did the 30 series started coming out?
It was
September or September?
I want to say it was October.
Okay.
I think it was in October 18th, maybe.
And they were just immediately unavailable.
Just immediately gone. So I was up that morning for the launch for Best Buy. And this was a little bit of ignorance on my part because I didn't realize the gravity of the situation at the time.
Yeah.
But I was up, I was ready, and I was trying to get a very specific 3080. I didn't want to get the Founders. I didn't want to get some Gigabyte or an MSI one. I wanted a ROG or EVGA. Yeah, and that's what I wanted. So I'm paying attention to those. I had multiple opportunities to get the MSI and the Gigabyte one while this launch was going on. I had about 15 minutes. I'd had put them on my cart, could have checked out. I could have had them, and I didn't. But I didn't know that it was so bad. I would have definitely got them had I known, but I had no idea. And, we found out pretty dang quick just how bad it was. So
how long did it take you to actually get your hands on the parts that you were looking for?
It took me July, let's see. Damn. They came out October.
Okay.
And it wasn't until January 25th that I got a 3080 in my hands.
Wow.
So it was not a good time. It's not a good time.
But can you go into detail how you actually got the 3080 in your hands?
Okay, so I'd been putting out videos left and right, trying to show people different tips, tricks, how to get these things online.
Okay.
And I have a group me full of friends that I'm always talking crap back and forth with. And one of them lives in Dallas, and he had gotten a couple of different GPUs from Microcenter, and he's talking crap to me this whole time because I'm putting out videos trying to help people. I can't get the damn thing myself.
Right.
And he's gotten to going to Microcenter, and I was just fed up with this, man. I was tired of Best Buy telling me they couldn't ship my GPU to me, and there wasn't one available for 250 miles. I don't understand that whole thing, what was going on there. But it happened every single time. So I just said, F it, I'm going to try to go to Microcenter.
Mm-hmm.
And, I tried to convince my wife, first trip we go, try to make it a little family trip.
Yeah.
Try to mask it up, so she'll let me go. And so we get there. It's a Saturday morning. It's about 10:15. I didn't even show up before they closed. And there's a long line, a very long line. And, I'm sitting there in line. I'm waiting my turn. Guy comes out, handing out papers to people. This is my first time there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And he gets to me and, what GPU you want? 3070, 3890. I'm like, what? You got any 3080s? What do you got? Like, this is very overwhelming to me because I don't know what's going on. And I didn't want either of those. It was after the 3080. And so he's like, we don't have any of those. He just kept on moving. So all right. Okay. And so I got to go check out Microcenter. I've never been here before. I want to walk in And, this is in a pretty cool store. So I get in there, I check it out, whatever. I don't get the thing I want. Mm-hmm. So I make a plan. I'm going to come back with my buddies. So we go again that next following weekend, and we get there probably 2:30 a.m. So I'm thinking this time we got this, because I got there 10:15. I got 10:15 a.m. after they closed last time and had an opportunity to buy GPUs. So this time 2:30, I got it in the bag. I'm the first person in line. So I get there, I'm waiting. It's really cold, man. It's really cold. It starts raining too.
Yeah.
And finally it shows up. That guy comes out again. No GPUs, no processors. That's all he says. He comes out, no GPUs, no processors. Sorry, walks back in. So I've driven another 6 hours in total to try and find this out. I've waited out in the cold and rain. It's not a fun little ordeal.
Right.
Just to find out, they had none. So I try to ask the people there working, and they'd let me know, like, hey, man, we don't usually get shipments in on the weekend. You just happen to get lucky. So my first time going, I just got completely lucky. Got this false sense of reality that they get stuff on the weekends when they usually don't. And I found out really quick that they don't. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go this next Monday. I'm determined at this point. I've gone 2 different times now. I want what I want, and I'm gonna do what I gotta get. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get this thing.
Yeah.
So that Monday I go, same type of deal, show up 2:30. I'm waiting in line. It's cold, really cold, rain some more.
2:30?
Yeah, 2:30 a.m. I'm there.
And what time they open up, like 9:30 or 9 o'clock?
They open up at 10.
Oh shit.
So it's a wait. It's not a short time.
But it's people already in line.
There's people already there. Yes. I was the 2:30.
Take that, Jordan.
I was there at 2:30 a.m. and there was 10 people in front of me. 10 people. So I didn't even think I was going to get one. But, lo and behold, it happened. I got one, the EVGA for the win 3 Ultra. Happened to get the 3080 in my hands. So I was excited. It was a good time until, I get home 5 days later playing with this thing. It catches on fire.
I saw that. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like fire? Or?
So let me be completely transparent, because I don't want people to, get the wrong idea. So it shot flames out of the side of it. Okay.
Out of the case?
No. So my case was closed. So it shot flames out of the side of the GPU. Damn. So it's the back part of it shot flames out, and then it started smoking profusely, like real bad. And I just saw this, and I just shut my thing off completely as fast as I can, trying to get this thing out of there. And, I inspect the thing, and I can't see any damage, but this definitely happened. So I don't want to plug this back in, and I don't want to take it apart, because I don't know what they're going to tell me. I don't know if they're going to tell me, oh, we're not going to take it back, or you took it apart, so we're not taking it back. I just spent a bunch of money on this thing. I'm not risking anything like that.
For sure.
So I go right back to Microcenter that same night to try to get a replacement, hoping that they have something, because this was the following week on a Monday again. Last week I had success. So, I was thinking maybe it'll happen again. Might strike lightning twice. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I didn't strike lightning twice. They didn't have any. I waited again at 2:30 a.m. to when they opened. So they had no 3080s. They had some 3070s. I think they had some 3060s and some 3090s. Didn't have any 3080s. I let them know about my problem. They wanted to help out, and they let me know they'd take care of it. So it took me 5 different times of driving back and forth, but now we got a 3080 Strix on our system, and that's how we did it, man. Thanks to Microcenter.
Salute to Microcenter for the W, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And you went back again for the 3090.
Mm-hmm.
Same scenario, 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
7.5 hour camp out.
Yeah.
Man, what do y'all sleep like? Do y'all sleep, or y'all just stand the whole time, or you just get a cardboard box and build a house and just stand there?
So there are some people with some sleeping tents out there.
Yeah.
There's a Buc-ee's on the way down there in between. I don't know if you're familiar with Buc-ee's, but it's a big gas station. It's famous in the South. I don't know.
Okay.
Some people like it. But they had like lawn chairs or whatever. I just bought a lawn chair and just sitting out there on it. Spent $5 on their little lawn chair. I'm just sitting out there. So
okay.
Wasn't too bad. It was cold. It was raining, but
yeah. So
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I actually pulled up at Microcenter recently looking for a CPU, and it was a line. It wasn't a huge line, but it was actually a line that actually reached around the end of the building. So I guess it is a huge line. And I got there like 9:45.
Yeah.
And took my place in line, but there was a lot of people behind me, so everybody showed up like at 9:50ish, and we went in. So we're here with Charles Johnson, Atlanta, Georgia, Microcenter. Beautiful place you got here, George. Mike, beautiful place you got here, Charles. It's my first time in Microcenter, and the line wasn't too bad. I heard about the lines, but the lines weren't too bad. The wait wasn't long. You guys opened up the doors on time. Everybody went to their respective places. The reason why I'm here, I came to pick up a GPU, but the GPU I was looking for wasn't here. But I did pick up that Ryzen 5600X that I wanted.
Nice.
Can you talk to us about the GPU shortage and its effect that it's had on the store?
Absolutely. I mean, there's been a number of constraints that we've been dealing with, but we have so many different relationships with, different vendors and different providers that we've been able to get in touch with. So we have a lot more product coming from various different places with, it kind of eases the constraints and doesn't make it as bad because we're so spread out and we have a big arm's reach. So it's been better.
Okay. Do you guys feel like the GPU shortage is going to be ongoing? And do you have any information on when you maybe could see like an end to it, or?
I don't know how long it'll last. We didn't think as a company that it would be lasting this long. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's not up to us as far as, how much product is made or what's shipped to us. We usually get, what we can and when it's available. So I would think that would be up to the manufacturer as far as, when the product will be, available consistently and not so sparse.
So product availability, that's the bottleneck.
Right.
And how many days out of the week do you pull up to the store and you see a line that's wrapped around the store or halfway around the store?
So usually, and what I tell people is we get shipments Tuesdays through Fridays. It's still a gamble any of those days that you show up because we're not guaranteed to get a certain amount or a certain brand or anything like that. We don't really know what we receive until we actually put our hands on it. So from day to day, the line is very long. The latest 30 series or 30 series card release, the line was wrapped around the building. So, it's not like that consistently every day, but there usually is a line from, ranging from 5 to maybe 40 or 50 people, just depending on the day.
Have you ever seen a grown man or grown woman cry upon receiving that actual card that they were been chasing around for the last few months? Have you ever seen an emotional response when someone got their card?
Not cry, but emotional response. I mean, we have people come from, all other states, from North Carolina, from Tennessee, South Carolina, different, all over the United States, really drive to, their closest Microcenter.
Right.
So I experienced that same thing here. So people come from all over, they drive hours and hours in only hopes of, receiving a card or getting a voucher, something that's not guaranteed. So people put a lot out there on the line. They set out from their homes and come to Microcenter, 4 or 5 hours away at sometimes, hoping to get something. So, I've seen some people disappointed, but we there's nothing that we can really do as far as, when it comes to that.
And those same people that are disappointed, do you see them back in line or back here the next week?
Absolutely. And I mean, we definitely see some of the same people, and it means more to them. Experience is one way, but when you've actually been trying and waiting and, especially traveling, hours away, I think it means more to them when they finally get it. So definitely.
For sure. And last question. You guys feel like you're, I don't want to say doing God's work as far as like being the savior of the gaming community. Do you guys feel like that sometimes?
I wouldn't necessarily say a savior, but what I will say is, for me, it feels great to be a part of a company who's able to provide a product such as these cars that is in such high demand. Yeah. And when you look at as far as a retail business, we're one of the only places where you can really go to get some of the things that we offer, especially a wide variety of these cars that come out. So it feels good to be a great, to be a part of the great company that can do that. But, savior, no, but, I'm glad that we're able to, have some product available when we have it. Definitely.
Yeah. You guys are definitely doing y'all part, man. I salute y'all.
We appreciate it.
Podcast is my first time in Microcenter. It's my first PC build.
Yeah.
And you guys have provided the final touch. I was looking for that CPU. I was waiting on it, looking for it. Found it.
Nice.
And I can't wait to get home and build, man.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Charles
Anytime.
Johnson, Microcenter.
All right.
Atlanta, Georgia. How you pronounce Duluth?
Duluth.
Duluth?
Yeah, Duluth, Georgia.
Duluth, Georgia.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thank you.
You as well.
Most of the people there, they were not looking for graphics cards. I don't know what they were in line for, but they were not looking for graphics cards. We went in. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I know why. Mm-hmm. And this is something that Microcenter started recently doing, which I think is a great thing. Mm-hmm. If you have bought a graphics card from Microcenter within the last 90 days, mm-hmm. they don't let you buy another one.
Wow.
So the only way that you can buy another graphics card from them is to give back your old graphics card and be upgrading like a step up. So if you got a 3060, you'd have to buy a 3070 or a 3080 or a 3090 in order to get a different one within that 90.
Yeah. And that's like the guys in front of me. If I would have been looking for a 3080 or a 3090 at the time, mm-hmm. The guy in front of me, behind me actually got one. He was like, "Hey man, do you have any 30 series cards?" Yes, we do, but they open box. I turned around like, oh shit, I could actually, if I had the bread to do it, I could have actually got scored. But what I ended up doing was I got a friend of mine a 6800 XT.
Yeah.
Because he was looking for. I told him I was going to Microcenter. He lives up here in Greenville, South Carolina. And I drove 3 hours from Columbia, South Carolina, but he would never, ever, ever really be able to make that trip because he takes care of his father and works full time. Right. So I hooked him up. He cashed out me the funds, and actually got the GPU for him. That's all they had was 6800s, brand new, 6800 and the 6800 XT. That's all they had that morning, and they were gone probably within about 20 minutes of me being there, man.
I believe it.
They were out of the door. But another thing that he was surprised about was he kept going back and forth with me about the price. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Man, it's about $200 above MRF. You're walking, market price, MSRP." And I was like, "Bro, that's done. That old MSRP is done.
That's gone.
It's gone. This is actually a steal what you're getting it for, unless you want to go on eBay or StockX and mess around with the scalpers and pay scalper pricing, which is going to be probably like double. But so I finally convinced him, and we made the transaction, and then I got him upgraded. Man, salute to my guy, Styles the Icon. But I never would have thought about going to Microcenter and going early if it wasn't for the video that you put out, man. And I want to salute you and appreciate you putting us up on game, man.
Hey, man, that's what I said the channel is about. We're here to help. Here to help.
The shortage. Do you think what is your prediction on this? What caused the shortage? And the other part of that question is, when will it end, man?
So what caused it? I'll tell you 100% what caused it.
Let's go.
Cryptocurrency caused this shortage.
Cryptocurrency.
Mining caused this shortage.
Crypto mining.
Any
type of mining, right? It's all types of mining, right?
There's so much mining going on. More specifically, you got more people trying to farm Ethereum right now. Ethereum is probably the most mined coin right now.
Yeah.
That they've got going on, because it's probably going to be the most profitable. You got people trying to mine Bitcoin, but to get a hold of one is not very likely at all. And you have to have a huge operation to be doing it. So a lot of people are building mining rigs for this Ethereum, and Ethereum's just going up and up and up. And so we are at an infinite demand that cannot be satisfied. People are after this free money, and they're not going to stop.
Right.
As long as cryptocurrencies are here, you are not going to see mining going anywhere.
Right. So what I've noticed is they have miners mining GPUs. Like they have bots that can automatically buy a GPU once it becomes available.
Yes.
God damn. When I learned that, I was like, man, it's over. I'm not, my chances of getting something from Newegg or anything like that without the raffle or whatever they're doing, or Best Buy or wherever online, buying this thing online are slim to none. So I might as well drive and take my chances.
That is where it's at. That is where it is.
So that's what I had to do, man. So, but so it's mining, cryptocurrency mining. And then you also have the scalpers on top of that.
Yes. Yep.
You know,
and you got scalpers writing these programs to auto buy stuff too. It's not just them. You got the people that are actually mining doing this, and then you got the scalpers. Jesus. Those combined is making it impossible to buy a graphics card online.
I read somewhere that even if they, produced at full capacity, it would not be enough. It still wouldn't be a drop in the bucket, man. That's how crazy this thing is now.
Yep.
Is that true?
That we are at an infinite demand.
Jesus.
Infinite.
So even if they come out with these manufacture these rigs specifically for mining, it wouldn't really help. We're just in the hole. Like for gamers like me, this is the whole reason why I wanted to talk about this type of thing on the show, is because it actually has an effect on me. You know what I mean? Because I want to, I play Warzone, and I'm sorry, console players, Xbox lovers, PC, PlayStation lovers, even if you upgrade to the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, you are gonna get your ass whooped by PC players. It don't matter if you upgrade, because PlayStation, the game isn't optimized to play at 120 frames per second on PlayStation 5, right?
That's true.
So I wanted to upgrade to be to have a better Warzone experience, a better Call of Duty experience. And once I realized I couldn't just hit at a click of a button, just buy my components, I was like, oh shit, hold up, man. Hold up, man. This is crazy. This needs to be talked about. And damn, it is what it is. So I wanted to become a better Warzone player, so I tried to upgrade my system. But
I got you.
I had a GT 730. I could barely get 40 frames per second, man. It was not visible at all. It was unbearable. So I knew I had to do something. So, but it has an effect on us. And those of you that's out there, your best bet is to wake up at 2:30 and get in line, man. Microcenter, bro. Or somewhere, or find a Craigslist, maybe, if you can trust that. I wouldn't recommend that, but hey, do what you got to do, man. But salute to that, man. So I just want to ask you, who's to blame? We know who's to blame. Do you think there will be a solution? Who you think would there be a solution? You know what I'm saying? So if it's infinite demand, that's a problem.
Yeah.
If someone comes up with a solution to this problem, oh my God, the money
they got some money. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And we're probably gonna see it because there's a big opportunity here. But I don't know how they're gonna finesse it, just because if they are using right now, the process of building GPUs requires silicon. Right. And we are hitting a shortage of that silicon, right, because there's an infinite demand for it. And people like to say, oh, it's just because of COVID. It's not. It's not because of COVID. It's not. It's because people are using it for prioritizing for GPUs, and big dogs are getting in, and the money's going to mining. That's what's happening.
Fam, I seen a warehouse of rigs like stacked on top of each other. This rig, like a warehouse, bro. Yeah. Over in China, I think, man. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I just had to put that out.
No, it's out. It is. It's out there. It is wild,
man.
Wild. But man,
is it illegal? Should it be illegal?
I don't think that it should be illegal, but I would really appreciate it if they had a better way that didn't infringe on gamers to do it.
Yes.
Yes. So, I can't tell anybody what to do with their money, whatever.
Right.
But hey, man, when you start taking out of my plate, I got a problem.
Right.
And that's what's happening now. You're taking out of the plate of gamers. So something has to be done.
So solution, I think I cut you off. You were about to finish your sentence.
Oh, I was just going to say, whoever can come up with this solution to this mining, an alternative, they got a lot of money to make, because there's infinite demand. We're there. That's where we're at. And if they had something that did better than these GPUs, NVIDIA would be quick to be hopping on that alternative as well. So, it would easily, if there was a process, I don't know what it looks like. I'm no engineer, but if there was a way to do it, it would be taken by storm, and we would definitely have some relief for sure.
And it would actually be a dope time for gamers right now with all the new cards that have been released over the last few months, with the 6800s, the 6900s, and the 30. Is it 30 or 3000 series? 30 series.
Yeah, 30 series.
30 series with the 30 series cards coming out, man. And it would actually be the golden age almost, man. It would be dope for gamers, man.
It would be a fantastic time.
If they were available,
Yeah.
I heard that Intel was working on something. Am I correct in that? Intel's coming?
Yeah, they are. They've got a GPU that they've been working on, but
I saw like a 5-year scale plan that they were gonna like introduce something by the fall. Then they were gonna go into the next level of it, and then all the way up to 2026, maybe 27. I can't remember what it was, but they had like their graphics card is going to drop and continue on through a cycle.
We'll see.
Why hadn't they done that already? Like, why is Intel missing from the actual graphics card?
So I would say that they're really in this now just because there's money to be made in it. So they're just trying to jump in and, get some of these GPU sales is what they're trying to do. They're either trying to get in the hands of gamers or they're trying to get in the hands of miners. They don't care. They just want a piece of the pie like everybody else.
For sure.
They prioritize themselves in CPUs. But as we've seen, some of these new CPUs that they've been coming out with have not been top shelf. And it's because their efforts are being put into trying to hop on this GPU wagon.
So we talked about alternatives or maybe possible solutions for the mining.
Yeah.
For someone like me or that was attempting to look for components to build my computer or my gaming PC, what alternatives do I have, or if I can't get my hands on the new or RTX or GTX card or AMD card, what alternatives do I have? Or is anything out there?
I mean, there's pre-builds. You could definitely switch to a pre-build. There's some pre-build options. They're not as difficult to get a hold of, and they're a little bit cheaper too. You can set, in most cases, you can find a pre-built, a whole PC for the same price as somebody's trying to charge for a single GPU. So, I mean, this out there, there's definitely options with the pre-builds.
They do have some awesome pre-builds out there. You just have to search for them. I found one on Best Buy Newegg at Damara. I can't even pronounce it. Adamara, B&H. There are some awesome pre-builds out there, but the only thing is they have the card and the chipset, but fam, the motherboard, like what does this motherboard do? Like they don't really give the details about the motherboards, and the sometimes the memory will be like what you want it to be, but you can always upgrade that. Just the thing is just buy the system. So pre-build is the way to go. I was about to go that route, but I was really headstrong about building a PC, you know. So
yeah, I understand that. I mean, some people are, and that's fine. You know, it's just gonna end up costing you more. That's just if you got the money, you know, go for it. But if you don't have the money and you don't want to mess around with it, pre-builds are going to be the way to go. And you can definitely do some side grading, changing out the motherboard, changing out the RAM if you don't like the RAM, PSU. I mean, they're completely interchangeable. So, you know, you can make it your own still. You know, there's plenty of people just buying pre-builds just to get a hold of the GPU too. Even miners are doing it. So, you know, it's happening.
And if you see one available, buy it, please, because the next day it's going to be gone, bro. It's going to be gone. Just keep that in mind. You do have a little more wiggle room with the pre-builds, but you want to, if you see it, buy it.
Can I get a quick plug?
Yes.
So, by the way, I actually did a video here about pre-builds that you should probably be considering in 2021. So, you guys want to check that out? You know, try to give you guys some guidance and let you know what's going to be some good specs to actually look for in a pre-build. So, if you want to check it out, check it out.
And that's a major key. A lot of people do not know the spec game. You know, you have to do your research, and that's great that you put a video out just telling us, hey man, this is what you need to look for. You know, I had a cousin that asked me like, man, what kind of specs I need to look for? Hey man, it's all about what you're trying to achieve, man. So that video will be linked into the description of this video. Okay.
Hey.
All right. You know the vibes. It's a tech vibe, you know.
Specifically
a tech vibe, all right? Any tips and tricks that you would give someone that's actually building their first PC, and what's the biggest challenge you face while building your PC? Yeah.
Tips. So I would avoid trying to deal with any sort of hard drives that are not M.2s.
Yes.
Just it's extra wires to deal with. And the least wires that you can deal with, the better off you're going to be with building a PC. That's going to be the biggest tip you're going to find. My biggest challenge is trying to set up my PC. I've got 10 Corsair QL fans, and that's a lot of wires to deal with. I got 2 different wires on my fans for each one. So that's 20 wires right there. Okay. And then I have to have a hub that they all go. I got 3 different hubs.
I was about to say.
I got 3 different hubs that my wires are going to. Then they need to be in order to all be set up. Just trying to get all of my RGB together and working. That's probably been my biggest challenge. Jeez. I'm still trying to get my Lee and Lee RGB cables to be controllable. I can't do it right now. I've had some issues. I've burned up a couple of wires trying to get it to allow me to control it. It doesn't want to let me use it on IQ for some reason. I'm trying to figure that one out, but it's probably my biggest issue right now. And my biggest tip is these wires you can do
20 wires, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
Then the trick is you got to get that back closed, or do you just leave it open and
that's
see the back?
That's a tough one, man. Trying to cable manage that many wires too and be able to close your back. Yeah, man. Yeah. Least wires you can deal with, the better. M.2s, go with those.
Okay, that's a major.
And Lee and Lee fans, if you are trying to get some RGB ones, Lee and Lee fans are going to have a lot less cables to deal with as well. So,
because don't they? Some of them actually connect together.
Yeah, they've got like an inner
wire to end. Yeah,
right.
That's the way to go, man.
Yeah,
that's the way to go. And you know what scares me? Just watching these liquid cooled videos, like Like, yo, they gonna put the Kool-Aid in the machine. I mean, in the PC. Yeah, I'm just joking about the Kool-Aid part, but it does look like Kool-Aid. Have you ever water cooled like with the reservoir and the tubing? And
I haven't.
You hadn't done that one yet?
I plan on doing that. I'm gonna do that hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Just depends on what kind of funds the channel's bringing in here in the next couple months. But
okay,
I do have plans to try to do one. I would like to do one. I'm a little intimidated by doing one, but
that's what's gonna be fun.
That's what's gonna make it fun. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it together. So I'm gonna bring these people on the journey with me. Yeah,
man. I'm definitely be tuned in for that video. You know what? It would be funny to see you do that. It would be fun, not funny. Fun to see you do that one live, like live.
I don't know if we gonna do that.
Like nah, son. Maybe if I get a couple of them in the bag. No, I feel you. I understand that. Because I thought about like, all right, if I build a PC, am I gonna go live? Hell no. That'll be a 24-hour live experience, bro.
Yeah.
Your office setup video. You had a time lapse. You had that time lapse going, and I watched you put that office together. And that was a great video, man. That was salute to you for that, man. It actually came out great. The sound padding on the wall. Does that work? Because I really thought about doing that.
Yes.
Because someone like me that actually talks to the wall, facing the wall the whole time I'm actually recording. I should have done that, but I wasn't sure if it actually worked or not.
Yeah, it can definitely make a difference. It's going to depend on the material that you're actually using, though, because the thicker foam material that you have, the more sound reduction it's going to actually be able to do. If you PC centric, good example. You look at his setup in the back. He does something very similar. His little wall, his little nook that he has his actual PC in. He's got it lined up with those foam inserts just all over. And so, I mean, they make a big difference. Now, I am actually going to be adding some more acoustic panels. That's what they actually call them. I'm going to be doing a custom one that I'm going to build. I'm going to have maybe two I'm going to put on the walls that I actually build myself. Just going to take a couple 2x4s and stuff them up with this foam and then wrap them with some sheet material. I don't know exactly what, but I mean, they do make a difference. They help out with echoes for sure. If you do have any echoing going on, so they can definitely help.
Okay. I'm gonna look into that. That'll be my next project after I actually get everything straight with my office, man. Cause
I got you,
man. It's crazy back here in the background. I've actually put my chair in the way so you can't see all the bottom. Yeah, you don't need to see it. Yeah. What is this? Anyway, I got a lot of work to do. New setup. I think we're wrapping it up.
Okay.
Future plans for your channel? Anything
Future plans. Up? I mean, I got a couple coming up. Maybe some RGB fans, affordable RGB fans. You probably should consider some gaming desks. Might be interested in. Okay. And future, we're gonna be trying to do that water cool build in the future. So we'll see how it's gonna go. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. We'll see how it goes.
Warzone. Do you play Warzone? Call of Duty at all?
No.
No. You never got into it at all?
So I used to play Call of Duty, just regular multiplayer. And I'll get on it. I have got Cold War. Mostly I only stay up with Call of Duty because I play zombies. I like the zombies.
Okay.
Warzone, I like it, but I'm an Apex Legends guy, man.
Wow. Yeah.
I like it too much. I've put too much time into that, and I can't really get away from it. So
okay.
But there's nothing wrong with Warzone.
I tried Apex once. It was just a lot going on, so I just like, all right, I'm going back to multiplayer Call of Duty.
I feel that.
But I'm not against it though, One of my last questions. What are your top 5 video games of all time? Tek Vibe's top 5 video games of all time.
I'm gonna say Dying Light.
Okay.
Super excited for Dying Light 2 coming out. Fallout New Vegas, Witcher 3, Destiny, the old school one, and Halo 2 Online. in that time frame, in that specific time frame when it was big, back when I was in high school, Halo 2 online, unbeatable. Okay. Now, in time, like today, trying to go back, you can't do it. It's not the same. But the feeling then, I've not been able to match.
Yeah, you never can shake that feeling. Like I know exactly what you're talking about with even with MW3. I can't shake the feeling that I had back then. I can't replace it with the newer Call of Duties. It's just there. It just is what it is. It's back there in the past. I can always feel that way when I see clips of the game. Yeah. I was actually thinking about plugging that joint back in and getting into it. What are you playing now? Like what do you play the most now?
Probably Apex Legends is what I play the most now. I really haven't been able to play too much. Yeah. I've been just trying to hammer out this content, man. So when I do get to play something, I try to play some Apex, and I might turn on Cyberpunk. That's really about it. I haven't been able to really get down. I would like to, but I haven't really been able to.
Okay. So. Any social medias that you want to give us? Twitch, social media, or anything? YouTube?
I mean, I do got a Twitch. I haven't really been using it too much. I usually only use it when I'm trying to like test PCs online just to see how well they do streaming. So, you know, I've got a Twitch at Tek Vibe. You know, I've got a TikTok. You know, we do stupid stuff on there. Tek Vibe, just the same. You know, Twitter. That's all Tek Vibe. Okay. I got them all, just Tek Vibe.
Tek Vibe. All right. Before we close out, I got to get you to say it, man. I got to get you to close it out. Okay. I'm going to close it out, but I want to get you to close it out first.
Hey, you want the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
No, okay. You know, hey, that's going to do it for the video, boys. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, confusions, whatever it may be, don't hesitate to ask. Really trying to build something for you guys. Hope you want to be a part of it. A simple like, share, subscribe, comment. It goes so far for the channel. So with that said, I hope you can like, hope you can subscribe. And if not, well, I hope to catch you in another one. And remember, it's Vibe, a Tek Vibe, specifically.
Specifically a Tek Vibe, man. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Salute to that. That's a great closing, man. But I think that's it. In Tek Vibe, we have rocked out. We've given you the game about the game. We've told you about the shortage. We told you about the infinite demand that's not going to be quenched at any time soon. So we told you where you'll have your best luck at actually getting PC components at this Microcenter. All right. What else have we told you? We gave you alternatives if you can't find components. And that's what it is, man. Tek Vibes. All right. But as always, I'm going to close it out. We out of here. As always, live life, show love, be great, and always keep the kill feed lit. Tek Vibes, man. Peace. Kill 'em. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.